Over the years, due to political pressure, the Schutzhund IPO VPG1 has changed. The American Working Dog Federation, here in America, has developed a new title, the AWD. It uses the old Schutzhund rules that were considered much harder due to the exercise, the attack out of the blind on handler. The AWD title also includes a specific rating for courage and hardness, along with the rating of pronounced, sufficient, and insufficient. The second rating is a rating of a dog between 1 through 10. So a 10 pronounced is the strongest dog. This further creates a better picture for the breeder or buyer. Here is the breakdown to the AWD1 protection routine. Exercise 1, search for the helper, 5 points. Exercise 2, the hold and bark, 10 points. Exercise 3, heeling to the blind, holding the helper, 5 points. Exercise 4, attack on the handler, 30 points. Exercise 5, attack on the dog out of motion, also considered the long bite or courage test, is 50 points, a total of 100 points. It is important for a handler to know the points for each exercise so he or she can make the correct decisions on the fly during trialing. Here is a diagram of 6 blinds. On an AWD1, this is blind 1 and this is blind 2. Today our example is the dog running from right to left, but it can be set up the opposite direction also. The handler fooses his dog offline to the center point. After the judge's signal to begin, the handler turns towards blind 1 in a sitting foos position, then sends his dog to blind 1, then on to blind 2. The handler must remain still until the judge calls him to the blind. While the dog is doing a bark and hold, the handler will be called in to a designated spot. At the direction of the judge, the handler goes in and gets his dog, free heels out of the blind, and waits for the helper to step out of the blind. After the helper is out of the blind and out of sight, the handler free heels his dog back into the blind and puts the dog on line. Again, at the direction of the judge, the handler comes out on line and heels to a designated spot. At this point, the judge will instruct the handler to go to the live blind. It can be done in a variety of ways. For this example, we will use blind 1 as the live blind. After the handler takes off the leash, the handler will be instructed to walk toward the live blind. As the handler approaches the live blind, the helper will be instructed to attack the handler. The dog will be driven about 15 paces. The stick hits will be applied at this point. The handler will out the dog and, on the judge's instruction, go up to collect the dog. In the basic position, the handler asks the dog to sit. He puts the dog on line and fooses to the end of the field. At basic position, parallel to blind 1, the handler takes off the leash and may hold the dog. On the judge's signal, the helper steps out of the blind, walks to the center of the field. At midpoint, the helper turns towards the handler and the dog and starts to run, making threatening noises. At the appropriate time, the judge tells the handler to let his dog go. When the helper freezes after the attack, the handler will tell the dog to out. The handler must remain still until he is called to his dog. When instructed, the handler will approach his dog to basic position and tell the dog to sit. He will put the line on and take the stick from the helper, foos in a circle to beside the helper, and sit. The dog should sit without command, and then the handler should escort the helper to the judge and stop in front of the judge. The following is a video of the AWD1 routine.
Helpers, step out of the blind. Boots! Helpers, step out. Out! Sit! Boots! Hey! 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 Out! Sit! Boots!